Hello and welcome to another episode of How to Do It by Dwayne's Reliable Computer Services. So today we're going to talk about Excel and some ways that can save you some time and help you in formatting and setting up your different spreadsheets. So first thing we're going to talk about is doing fill. So I've pre-started this already. So I've typed January into the first column, first row right here, and I'm going to move my cursor to it's right there. I get the plus, and as I drag this down, you can see it's adding, and I let go, and now I've got January, February, March, April, all the way down, and then it starts over and keeps going. Okay, so that's one way that you can use this. Now, let's say you need it running forward, so in this one it says January 20. So up here it says 1/1/2020. So we're going to do the same thing with that. We're going to drag it down same place, and it's going to do it by year. Now, if you don't like the formatting on that, you can always change that. And we're going to do it with, here, we'll change it to this. Day, month, year. So that one, so it's just showing the first of the month because we did it that way. Next one we're going to do, so I've done 2020, 5/5, so May 5th, 2020. And we'll do the same thing with that, and that comes down and gives you the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. So as you can see, this could help you an awful lot when you're trying to do different spreadsheets. Now, this one, I've just got a number in here. Now, if that's all you do is just have one number, what's going to happen is this. It's going to just fill that same number. So to change that, let's do this. We'll add a 2 right here. Okay, now we'll highlight both of those. And when I get the plus, now it's going to do it that way. Okay, so there's another way to do this. So I'm going to go back to just having the 1. So if we go here, we come up here to fill, series, and rows, linear, step value is 1. Oh, before I do that, I need to highlight the area that I want. Okay, so now I go back to fill, I go series, step value is 1, I say okay, and now it goes to there. Another thing, so if you don't want to do just 1, you could always go fill, series, let's make the step value to be 4. And there, now it's 1, 5, 9, 13, 17. So it's all done by 4s. Now, this works in columns, but it also works in rows. So notice I've done 12 o'clock. And we'll go across, and now it's done military time, 13, 14, 15, up to 2300, then it's back to 0 and 1, and so on. So that's using fill, and can really save you a lot of time. So let's move on to the next thing. This is sum. So you've got a series of numbers, and you need to add them up. So you put the cursor down below those, and you hit Autosum, and it'll automatically say, is this what you want to add up? And you say, yep, that's what I want to add up. And it gives you the total. Now, if you don't want to add up the total, you just want to know what it is, if you just highlight them all, and then you look down here, it says the average is 135, the count is 7, and the sum is 945. So it gives you a lot of information. This is all very helpful. Auto date, let's look at that. So, auto date, if you've got let's say you've got a report that you do this report every day, and it needs to have the date on it. So you could put auto date in that, and that's what I've done here. So it says 6/14/2020, this is the day I made this. If you look at the formula, it says equals today, open parentheses, close parentheses, and that's what returns that. So another thing you can do, you can go equals now, open parentheses, close parentheses, and when you do that, it returns the entire date and the time. So the time is now 1908, 6/4/2020. Okay, and again, if you don't like the format of that, you can change the format. Here, we'll change it to this one. So we change that, so 7:08 p.m. Okay, but I lost the year, so we'll go back to that, the day and the year. So there you go. So that's another thing you can do. Okay, let's go to just general formatting. So first thing you want to do is, so you're starting a spreadsheet from scratch. And the first one is going to be comments. Okay, but you want that to be over a number of areas. So we'll highlight all of those. We hit merge and center, and it merges all those cells together and puts it right there. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is something called wrap text. So wrap text example. So we do that, we highlight that, we go to wrap text right up here, and it wraps the text and makes it fit. Next, we're going to look at orientation. Okay, so we're going to type something in here, sideways. Okay, so now this says sideways. Let's come down here and we can choose this orientation, puts it that way, or we can choose some other things. We can make it go down, or we don't even have to make it go all the way. We can choose whatever we want it to be. Let's say we want it 45 degrees right there. Okay, so just some things that can kind of dress up your spreadsheets when you're creating them. This has just been a few little hints. I hope you've liked these. I'm planning on doing more of these videos. If you like this, please let me know in the comments. Thanks.